buddy. Let's get real about. Well, to yet another playthrough. Well, let's play, I mean. This time we're exploring something a bit different. Welcome to Bad End Theater. Welcome to Bad End Theater. On the stage we shall be toying with fate. You will make many choices, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness a lovely variety of tragic events. First, allow me to explain how it works. So you can turn on sex for whatever doll you want. You are the human doll. You control the human doll. You're a friendly little guy, just minding your own business. How you interact with the demon doll. Play nice. You try to make friends with the demon doll, but it kills you in cold blood. How ruthless! You found your very first bad ending, but don't worry, the story need not end here. Let's reset the stage and try again. This time, try controlling the other doll. You control the demon doll. You're a fierce looking guy, just minding your own business. How you interact with the human doll. You and human doll are able to set aside your differences and become friends. Why, this isn't bad ending at all. I should have written out this possibility. It's just unsuited to my theater whatsoever. Now that you know how the story goes, you can set the doll's behavior in advance. As you just saw, those behaviors will automatically be set to what you chose during your last playthrough. But now you can turn each one on or off without having to wait for the doll shutted. Yes, my theater actually doubles as a puzzle game. Now try turning the doll's behaviors on and off to see the different outcomes. We attack it. Now we ended. Now we were hostile. We said to that build attack. We will end up dying together. Do you understand how to play? Yeah, I get it. This game saves your progress automatically, so just relax and collect all the bad endings at your own pace. Now, without further ado, let's start the show. I think with this episode, we'll start with the hero. You're the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You're told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held at the nearby demon overlord's castle. Even if it's a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out, you don't get it. You're going to the townsfield, though. You were born to play this role. You have your adventure to rescue the maiden. With demon slurs Black Bat, you can kill them to gain experience. You make quick work of the vile creatures who stood in your way. You feel much stronger now. After a long time, you make it to the castle's front gates. You are faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Cut through the demon army. You gather your courage. This is what must be done in order to rescue the maiden. These are all evil demons anyway. The world is much safer with them gone. That's what you tell yourself while you kill one after another on your way to the Overlord's chambers. Don't have fears, demanding to know what the hell you're doing murdering all our soldiers. You get straight to the point and ask her where the maiden is. She feigns ignorance, a convincing act, but you won't be fooled. If the maiden here, then what happened to her? You see only one answer. The Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she's already been devoured. Think about the poor man's fate. Feels irritated. You fight the Overlord with everything you got. You become strong from the hordes of demons you took down before this battle. The Overlord is almost no match for you. Your courage refuses. The Overlord has fallen. You breathe a sigh of relief, but your job is not yet finished. You search the castle. Unfortunately, you find no sign of the maiden within its walls. It's just as you suspected. She must have already been devoured. You feel hollow. A great evil has been banished from this world, but what does that matter if you were too weak to save someone? You stand amidst the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. You return to the Overlord's face and wrap her head in your cave to bring back to the village. Sure, your great victory will be celebrated. Next, we are the maiden. You're a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon Overlord's castle. You were told that you were fated to be captured by the Overlord one day because you're a beautiful young girl. Demon Overlords apparently love capturing those. You haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe we just haven't been given the opportunity. Who knows? You're in a church and you pray to your god, asking why you have been born into this role of maiden. You respect the divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You are impatient. I mean, it even actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you'd understand your role better if you were just hurry up and get captured already. You'll even know an adventure for it to find a demon, just to, see what happens. Like to your little adventure, a demon underling appears for you. It looks pretty scary. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. The demon suddenly jumps to you and starts biting a lot. How painful! Your fans are just stupid. You think, why couldn't you have been more patient? Why did you go looking for trouble? You're not angry or anything. Of course, this is all your fault for just a demon not to devour you on sight. It's your punch for questioning fate, I guess. Bit about you were swallowed by a demon until you are no more. You were a demon underling, in service to the Overlord. You weren't particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. It's a lot of standing in one place, turning into nothing. You feel like you're gonna go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. She gives you your about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. You wait for her to finish her lecture before returning to your post. What does she know about anything? Who made her the boss anyway? You complain about the Overlord to your friends. You get that she's kind of snob until it deserves to be kicked off her throne. You only wanted to vent your frustration, but the conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot. You should probably steer us in a responsible direction. What's over there? No, you're sick of this Overlord holding you and your friends back. You need a time for a change of management. Your friend suggests maybe you should be the new Overlord. It's said that. You announced your first act of ability is to take a day off like you wanted. Your friends are very impressed. You assure them that you'll talk more about the assassination thing when you get back. It satisfies them. You sneak out of the castle and have some fun. This atmosphere almost excites you. You spend some time rolling around the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She greets you and says she has a favor to ask. You consider your options. He's not the best meal, but you figure you should live with your demon name and strike back against the humans. You start devouring me without so much as a second thought, and feel quite proud of it. The humans would surely praise you, but curse us if they were around to see. Oh man, if only someone could have been watching. Instead of honest for evil deeds, you wander to the nearby village. The people are screaming and running away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. You think that's very rude of them. You haven't even done anything yet. You attack the nearest human. He's old and weak and his buns scrunch delightfully. And screams grow louder. Applause. You think, hey, this is actually pretty fun. I should take a revenge like this a lot sooner. As you continue your bloodthirsty dance, striking the villagers down, you fail to notice the sword-wielding hero running towards you. He takes you out in one blow. You're just a demon underling after all. After that, you think, that was totally worth it. You are the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty crusty life, you think? As for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army, you're in a role called a hero whose whole purpose in life is just to stun you. What's their daily way? You have to avoid pissing out the humans in hopes they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're just in the whole new Paul Overlord thing, if you're being quite honest with yourself. Actually, I think I messed up. Yeah, return to that. Keep these on. You have to avoid pissing out the humans in hopes they'll leave you alone and your army alone, but they never do. You're still in the whole Overlord thing if you're being quite honest with yourself. You don't really understand the politics of it. Well, you remind yourself that everyone's just doing their best to fill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the able Overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to stand like that. One of your underlings wants to your room, telling your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how it's boring to stand in one place guarding the castle all the time, since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point, but the way they're writing about it kind of bothers you. What to do with this underling? You give them a lecture about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. You just have to do what you're told, whether they like it or not. Look unhappy, really happy with you, but you're sure they'll thank you for this later. Reaching too far, the castle tends to spell death. You have to stand and lie down in your bed, comfy Overlord bed. Nice and comfy Overlord bed. Oh, that should make you want to take a nap. You fall asleep very quickly. Quick, just another one of your mates announces the Overlord. You wait till you come out the outside. Maybe I shouldn't have been started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guy? You shouldn't have been confront this jerkwad. You cursed at him, and very rudely inquire his reason for doing all this. There he yells at you, demanding you return the maiden you're holding captive. You don't know what he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. You do battle with the hero, but he has grown considerably strong from cutting down your army. You're unable to defeat him. And besides, when he steps and cuts you to pieces, you fall. You have failed your subjects. You spit curses weakly. You wish you'd been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be the Overlord in the first place. The truth is, you were never that much more powerful than demons who served you. It was the title, the control that gave you strength. These results are useful by the darkness. You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as very well, so okay? You already know most of this. Bleed like a coward. Forgetting your pride, you just gave it your life. Well, you can't return home now. Your reputation will be ruined. You'll never be able to rescue that maid all on your own if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You take your chance at the castle. You're a hero after all. This is your job. After lunch, you make it to the castle's front gate. You're faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to see past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. You go to the nearest demon and explain why you've come here. They stare you down and you feel very uncomfortable. But they seem to trust you and escort you directly to the Overlord's chambers. That was easy. Every maiden seemed to be in the middle of some casual conversation when you barge in. You all look at each other in surprise and confusion. There's no time to hesitate. You lunge forward during your driving your blade to the evil road. Just screams and falls silent. The Overlord has been slain. You smile over the maid in your hand. She takes it at your slight hesitation. She was surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden home. She's oddly quiet on the trek back to the village. She was too shy to speak. The villagers are pleased with what good job you've done. Slaying Overlord and saying hostage, they throw a huge celebration in your name. You're remembered for generations as the greatest hero the village has ever seen. You're a maiden. You live in a peaceful village. We already know this. Shout for a hero to come save us. You yell, but a hero does not come. He is put up by your son shouting and asks you to keep it down. You apologize. They seem more confused and hostile, which totally catches you off guard. You said even your name and say you're a maiden for the village. You thought that you were thinking maybe you could understand your role better if you were to hurry up and get taken away by the demon already? The demon doesn't seem to have really been listening to you, which is a little irritating. They agree to take you to your master nonetheless. After a long what's in the castle, you're introduced to the Overlord. You explain why you come, and she squints at you. It turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens or do anything else that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told the demons will when they seek you out. And something awful will come happen. Then a hero will come to your rescue. You don't believe you've been lied to all along. Maybe says you haven't been maiden-like enough. You asked Overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden, but she doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much. It sounds so simple. Overlord seems like the complete opposite of you. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You're just saying to talk with her more. The Overlord shares many stories about demons with you. And little by little, you realize they might not have been the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero after them. You realize that must be why you've never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the Overlord on behalf of your village. She says you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. You always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but I think the Overlord could say the same of humans. You may be different, but really they're just trying to live their lives the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. But maybe I said was to see you and the other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be super evil all along? Even if she were to capture you now, you think this place is far more interesting than the way things are back home. You kind of like not being told to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. Honestly, you've always kept it yourself, but spending time with this Overlord has been really nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. As you think that, a hero enters the room. A hero suddenly dashes toward the Overlord, sword drawn. You selflessly throw yourself in front of the hero's blade. Anthony has a shield. It's funny, you think. You never could have imagined this would be the way you die. Those are all switched around. It feels right to you somehow. You're glad your destiny turned out to be saving someone rather than being saved yourself. After this phase, you hope that everything turns out alright for your new friend. You're over. We already know most of the story. You don't have to go take a break from the stifling castle after your Professor Dark Soul. A day off should be fine every once in a while. They thank you, and happily scurry off to do who knows what. You had another better to do today, so you decided to take a nap for a while. Being over sure is great. You wait to a knock on the door. The other night finally brought back some company. It's a maiden from the nearby human village. She says her role is to be captured by you. And goes on to say that she's been getting very impatient thinking about her pending capture, so she's coming here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform her you had never had any plans to capture humans. She seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps I not perform my role well enough? How can I become more maiden-like? I don't understand the question. This role puts way too much focus on destiny junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her. She seems to having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she stays and talks to you more. Your warm attitude looks to you nice. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. You wonder what to say. You'd love to have all the conversation in the world with your new friend, but having a human girl here will definitely cause trouble. Your enemy face is hard to get lost, but the main turns to be very stubborn. You want her, but you also really want her to leave in case something bad happens. This whole situation just asks for trouble, you think. It's better judging you let her hang out for a little while longer. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. You're surprised that demons are not all what she expected them to be. You're glad that she seems to have an open mind about these kind of things. You also bring up how you always instruct your army to avoid humans, as that actually don't get heroes sent after you. That explains why the people in my village have been left unharmed. It's good for your orders, isn't it? I'm very grateful. I should advise you, thank you. I always thought humans to be violent and unreasonable. As your servants are always getting killed despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You had to maybe even lying to her this whole time and that you were actually super evil all along. Then I asked Dad saying she wouldn't mind being captured you. Then your villager a little exhausting time, she says. You can't tell if she's into you or not. What if I know her human your way? This time it's a hero. We even know that rank he makes a smooth, and the maiden makes hers. She used her own body to shield you from the hero's blade. Why? Why has this happened? Because more lifeless, as the pool of blood beneath her grows, so does your rage. This hero's taken something precious from this world. You lose control, and the hero is obliterated. But your hatred for humans has not yet been sated. You go on to destroy them all and become ruler of the entire world. There. You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figure it's time to go home. On the way, you kind of hero. That's what you're doing, and don't you know the old guy's like right there? He's been everything that's happened. He seems to think you're lying to him. He has a few very short demons. What nerve! You're afraid that the so-called hero would cheat this way and leave it a huff. You're trying to village home. I was very worried about you. This time, this question, you tell him your story. I explained that the Oprah never had any intentions to harm anyone here. You notice the looks of uncertainty in the crowd. People are whispering things to each other about you speak to them. You're learned by older men. He really calls you a demon sympathizer. Because unruly. You only told them the truth. Did they not believe you? Think of what they might have actually happened. Maybe have lies and ask you to prove your innocence. I could return without the aid of a hero, they asked. You could not have possibly escaped the world on your own without harm. That's concerned with the demons, trying to trick everyone to believing they aren't that horrible creatures we know them to be, so they say. Have the people in your village always been blinded by their fears? And hatred things they've never cared to know? Where have you missed that before? Your seat by the ground, and voices from all sides are calling for a public execution. You are to be burned at the stake. You don't want to die. Would it be better to hide the truth? You don't like that thought of that. So honestly, so why has this happened? Why are you being punished? You're listening to voices of your family and neighbors, but they, like you, are powerless against the momentum. They can only watch as you burn, and you can only cry for them. You're so sorry. On your way home, on the way to the Overlord's castle, you spawned May and headed back towards the village. She couldn't have come from the Overlord's castle, could she? This maybe never surveyed your currency could rescue. You're out of curiosity. You asked me what she's doing. Doesn't she know the Overlord is like right there? It's dangerous. I thought she spoke with the Overlord, and it turns out demons never had any diabolical plans to harm the village or anyone in it. You have no reason to assume she's lying to you, even though her story is kind of hard to believe. You really should trust her. You know you're pretty surprised that everyone has been wrong about demons all along. So she pointed this immediately. To return to the village, they don't worry, they praise you for your bravery. But the maiden quickly sets the record straight. There was nothing she needed to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers look at you for an explanation. If I haven't it isn't your story to tell. You merely ran into her on the way to the castle. She explains that Overlord is interested in capturing May or anything of the sort. They're trying to get in disbelief. They aren't being subtle on how little they trust this main story. You totally believe her, but to placate these fair says that you volunteer to speak to the demons personally, just in case. About drinks and nourishments, you're too busy thinking what a great level hearing you are to hear what they're saying. The down note voice freaks you out of your thoughts. He alerts you to meet with Overlord immediately, and says that they'll all keep an eye on the maid until you return. You figured it sounds alright, but the mood is kind of intense for some. Did you miss something? You aren't sure what's going on, but you get the feeling it might be bad to leave the maid on her own. But she suddenly takes off running. Oh, you thought the two of you were in this together. I just convinced the crowd that she'd obviously been a whitlier and witch from the start. People are shouting for you to hunt her and demon friends down already, but it doesn't seem like a very heroic task. You can't help but feel these people are wrong. It's up to you to capture her and talk to anyone that's known to clear this misunderstanding. You valiantly dash up to the maid, towards the Overlord's castle. The air becomes dark and think as you enter deep into the territory, you must. No, you realize it's just normal smoke. You see the maid ahead, but she stopped in her tracks. The Overlord's castle engulfed in flames. You had only taken an eye off the maiden for a second, but she's already disappeared. You get closer to the castle, but the smoke is so thick now. You think I'm turning back. The maiden might need your help, but you can barely see. She could be impossible to find. She could have been lying to you all along. Was it a trap? Was it worth risking your life one chance? Your legs feel heavy. No, going in there would be suicide. You returned to the village and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maid was claimed by the demons. I messed up. He's very surprised that demons don't seem to be as malicious as you raised him to believe. I'm hoping to communicate this to everyone. I was worried and very glad to hear about you back. You guys had the record say you were rescued because there was nothing to be rescued from in the first place. Your villager seemed to go pretty near the explanation. He tells me he only ran into you on his way to the castle, and this isn't really his story to tell. He met the Overlord, and that she's not interested in capturing Maze right immediately, like I said. First look again to the hero for comprehension. You feel a little missed, and they seem to first forward over yours. But he don't say anything about it. He'll look into he believes your story, but volunteers to go talk to demons himself just to make absolutely sure. The great brace and the flesh whispers. Your words like trickery and demon symptoms being thrown out. Makes you frown. You're pretty sure that everyone's hesitant to believe you. Does he even trust you? You aren't sure anymore. You should go speak with the Overlord immediately. You should be held prisoner and considered dangerous until the hero returns. I should just play the crowd agrees with them. Because of course, if they were conspiring with the demons, they can't afford to let their guard down. The whole village would have been slaughtered by monsters. He doesn't say anything. You'll be tied up and tossed in cell at this rate. If you're going to be held captive by anyone, it's going to be Overlord, not your fellow countrymen. You boldly announce you'll accompany the hero to prove yourself. You better risk what's out there instead of staying in a village that doesn't trust you. I don't seem to know how to react. You grab the hero by the wrist and take off before anyone stops you. But as you approach the castle, you notice something's gone terribly wrong. It appears to be on fire. You have the Overlord right, you have to be sure everyone's safe. You're taking off before the hero can even think of stopping you. You scan the fleeing demons, the Overlord is among them. Against your better judgment, you rush to the burning castle to find her. You quickly reach the Overlord, but the door is shut tight, and the nails too hot to touch. You're too weak to force open. You pound your fist against the door helplessly. What are you thinking? This is all because you've forgotten your role. Only you can pull this kind of thing off. You start to cough. The smoke is too thick, you can hardly breathe. Because you haven't got much time left. You just have to save yourself. But the fire spread faster than you expected. You make it outside. You can't help but laugh. What a joke, a maiden saving the Overlord? You just stay true to your role, things wouldn't have ended just like this. This is exactly the kind of punishment you deserve. Get the demon fire cleanse your rotten soul. Jeez, surprise and golden, nice! An adventure outside the castle. The change adventure sights you. Wandering nearby you found a maiden. She's a very fine script for you to come save her. You consider your options. I mentioned you're not going to hurt her, she regains her composure. Now she started talking to you like your friends or something. You understand humans at all. We speak the same language, of course, which has always confused you. Because why is there conveniently only one language in the world? It means that humans have independent societies. Would it make sense for them to have each have their own language? It's going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. Bottom line is, from what you gather, is that she wants to take you to take her to the Overlord. It doesn't be interesting, besides you have nothing better to do. That's why you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. You didn't get along just fine, so you decided it's about time for a nap. You don't get to sleep long, your friends wake you up. Rude. Well, stepping on you pretty hard, and you ask what the deal is. They're saying they're planning a whole revolution. They're gonna get rid of the current Overlord and put a new Overlord in place. Do you're in or not, and being pretty lazy, you of course reply with, that sounds like a lot of trouble, how about we just skip it instead? Prevent question loyalty to their cause. Okay, let's kill the Overlord. You told me you were just joking. You were totally in it to win it. I say you were always terrible with jokes. I don't know, you actually feel like killing the Overlord. You know how bad it would be to end up on the wrong side of things. If such a deal doesn't pan out, you can always pretend you were innocent all along. Don't show the fox confidence, you're worried about what you're getting yourself dragged into. You're outside the castle to talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea how they want to go about this. I figured they'd just lock our room and set on fire. What's the plan? That could go wrong in many ways. There's just a bunch of dysfunctional thugs, unless without someone's guidance, your guidance. There'd probably be casualties if you fire head on, and without while showy dads don't make a revolution heck of a lot more fun, it's probably the wrong way to go. Here's the instance, you play the assassin. You don't want it to come down to this. You can't back down now. You'll have to be the one to assassinate Overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas. You seek Overlord's room, she's taking a nap like usual. It's almost too easy. You stand in the front of the master. She's so peaceful. Looks so peaceful. You don't want to kill her. You can't go through with it. To the room, but you find your friends walking in. In favor, you ask them to let you out. It seems to have been a way to test your loyalty. You tell them that this is pretty fucked up and ask them again to be let out. Officers are bad about you heard and shut their door. Cause to hide before she wakes up and sees you. There's nothing you could possibly say to explain this and survive. You can't believe those assholes would bully you like this. You feel like crying. I flicks your feet. It's singular as they set fire on the room. You hear the Overlord trying to get the door open to no avail. You're both trapped. Too afraid to move yourself to your fate. You and I will burn together. Get the day off. Alright, nothing from earlier about Vincent Company. There's David. You can't bring us to the sin's fade away. She just got here. This jungle sharing stories about your kind. He was apparently searching for the maiden, who was rumored to have been captured by your kind. Captured? Not at all. He only wanted to be with the Vowler. Didn't anyone read the deny that fine? I explained the hero sister's relief that this whole misunderstanding had led to any horrible consequences. The maiden apologized for causing trouble, and the hero asked her to return to the village with him. Confusing feelings well up inside your heart. You're surprised that you have one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take this vein away from you. The vein came here to be captured by you, didn't she? You'll grant her wish. You're the hero, you won't take her. Don't take her. Make sure she'll be back, but you don't budge. She was cautious now. If you won't let her go, maybe demons are evil after all. If you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You have no choice. You destroyed the hero before you can steal your maiden away. She's fine. You don't understand why. Did she say she first place her village? Now she doesn't have to leave. You take a step towards Van, and she packs herself into a corner. You don't understand. It's a sharp strike. No, he's already. It's only renders the maiden screams. Your servant tackles you, tearing you apart with their claws. You struggle to retaliate. They've done too much damage. You can barely move now. Blizzard, you can't believe this has happened to you. Why does this happen to you? You've been slain by your own underling. Trusting, obedient, antisocial. It's bad. Wait, oh crap. You and your friends turned to notice the maid's familiars over your entire conversation. If ever you found out about this. Your friend sees the maiden and bring her to the dungeon under the castle. It's empty, save for the decorative skulls. No, it didn't make it feel more spooky. You leave her in a cell to continue scheming with your friends. But now heroes arrive at the front gates. He's asking my maid. That's the very way you just locked up. The gate hero who must have seen everything tells the hero exactly what happened. What do you think? Why give the hero to start slaughtering us? The hero yells, "Prepare to face justice!" Another such cliche hero lines. Before driving sword into your gatekeeper's torso, you're small compared to a lot of your friends. So you're able to slip away from without getting cut up by your sword. You get to think, church to the Overlord for you to redeem might actually work out in your favor. Wait for these to die down before having your head out. You just found the Overlord and the hero locked in battle. They weren't shut down, making this very easy for you. Once an opening presents itself, you hit the back of the hero's head, knocking him out. What are you doing? Could you tell this was a duel? You don't respond. You had to carry out the assassination. You tackle him, shreds her claws until she stops moving. You finish the hero next. You can't let him revive and come after you later. Kind of a cheap victory, but it doesn't make any difference. Your man's spine comes crawling out of their hiding places. You are a new ruler of this castle. Your sisters bow before you. They will one day betray you, as you have betrayed your overlord. We'll let the maiden stay. Here's an issue of return to spend more time with you. Here's the trust in that, you sighed. With the hero main gone, you plopped down and comforted you luxurious over a bit. Your room feels so empty now. Is this loneliness? We'll be back soon. You close your eyes for a while. You almost fallen asleep with when the maiden hero burst into your room, probably trying to communicate something to you. You're told that a group of demons planning to assassinate you. You're not surprised how nice the humans to care, though. Everybody's barged in the neck, shouting that the humans are liars. They followed by another group of demons crying that everything was the first underneath plan. I was shouting over everyone now, and it's very annoying. Yell at them to shut their traps. You have no doubt that your servants let their ambition clatter and lead them to try and take your throne. Regardless of your led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish one to keep you all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. Same way you feel what it would like. If you had the strength to back it off, though, later all you do is sleep. But it's about going back to planet and slam your door shut. You, the maiden, the hero, and one of your underlings are trapped inside. Innocent almost the flames. They don't pass the door, curse at their friends for betraying them. They pass the door as well. Find the slated carotines on the other side. This is how you die. Burned alive in your own room by those you thought you could trust. Just this for a bunch of demon those. Josephine cried. Why did she have to die over something that has nothing to do with her? I'm sure it's cursed from the moment she spoke to you. It's your curse as well. You're so angry, you don't even notice you grabbed the other with those traitors, blamed everything on. They got for much insane that they were dreading this fun, knowing that they'd be killed if they took your side. They cried that they didn't want to have to kill you. I'm so sorry for them. Resundering and killing them wouldn't make you feel any better. But they already gotten their punishment. You will all burn together. You'll burn together. Before you take him back to reset the story once again, you pause for a moment. True end, you say to yourself? What's the point of all my effort if the true ending is this terrible? You just got where you were. This is bad end theater. Is the pain setting in? Oh, but you should have been well aware what you should have shown when you entered this place. It's a problem I've seen quite often. That's the fact you grew attached to my little cast. You started to relate to the flaws, their plights. You started wishing for their happiness. But you're going to find that here in my theater. My lovingly crafted labyrinth of suffering. Anyway, I hope you pardon the interruption. You're making great progress. Just continue on to the next ending. It's always yours. I'll leave it to you, dear guest. We still have a couple endings we can get. But maybe it's possible to get a good ending. Though, I'm not sure. Let's see. Here we got failed, we got triumphant, we got bystander. Let's get for tragic. Let's go for the next ending with the hero. Nothing checked. Dutiful. Dutiful. I'm sorry you can't sense anything sinister happening. You'll look at her in surprise and confusion. There's no time to hesitate. She came here on her own. It was never needed her. She hesitantly asked why you're covered in blood. You don't know how to respond. Don't moves past you and out the door. This is your army in lifeless bloody piles. She's wailing. It's horrible. It's your chance, hero. she'll let this whole thing slide if you could just explain. She'll really try, but it was console. She tears you apart, and the maiden watches in silence. As you die, you can't help but think you probably deserved this. Seriously, why does this keep getting in the way? Gotta be dutiful. Is this happening? Destroy the Overlord. He lunged forward to put an end to the evil Overlord. But the blade pierces the maiden instead. She has sacrificed herself to protect this demon. It takes you a moment to recover from the shock. The Overlord wails. Why did you do that? You're not sure if the question is directed at you. This night's your eventual way to repair and she is slain. Your sword feels heavy. You look at your hands, your clothes, blood. So much blood. You look at the fallen maiden. Wonder what to tell the townspeople. Why would she protect the Overlord? She must have been very much by demonic magic. You pick up the Overlord's head, wrapping in your cape. You begin your long journey back down. You would say you're too late, that nothing could be done for the girl. But the Overlord is slain. There will be celebration. We'll go for... I think I'll try and get all the hero endings. Disloyal? They like a coward. Hey, can you let me in? That's what you're saying her to do, but no one got hurt, so at least there's that. You asked her to return to town with you, to reassure everyone of her safety. What allows it to be leave you casually exit the castle? You pause when you see a group of suspicious demons standing near your entrance. We're talking about assassinating the Overlord. This person you have realized really are foul creatures. We have to tell her about this. You understand what the maiden is thinking. We're out with less demons. They're all cold, ruthless creatures that should be destroyed. And those same creatures just notice you eavesdropping. They escort yourself. Takes off into the castle, and you have no choice but to follow. You burst into the Overlord. The maiden frantically tries to communicate what you just overheard. A demon over guard's neck, calling you liars. Yeah, it's followed by the group in the entrance who shift the blame back to the little one. It's only care about themselves. How low can they be? Shut them, and hope them solves this noise until the world yells around to shut their traps. You have violence. This Overlord is no better than her subjects. Grip so tightly. You have to cut through everyone here to get the maiden safety. You certainly will. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving the run far behind. You can't send out around for nurses, but there isn't one. I have a terrible feeling about this. It's an almost in flames. What kind of demonic magic is this? I found a door. What's that has been betrayed? You join, vowing to slay the coward demons on the other side. But let's take it hold down and cry for mercy. She tucks her claws in on his chest and lets out a horrible scream. You back away. You won't be the next target of rage. She takes the claws for just her claws in a limp eye. You can only look and watch. You look at the maiden. She's crying, hands clasped together in prayer. Be the time of this. Yeah, I'm here. To view the Overlord and Nell and his corpse are all consumed by flames. Next is actually pretty easy to do. There's actually two ways we can get this. We can either just have obedient and resolute for the maiden, disloyal for underling, merciful for the antisocial and merciful for he's like a coward. Believer story. Which is this line? sitting here not sure what to do. The maid announced that she will prove her story to the village. She's not with her. She has much better odds with you around, so you don't object. The adventure awaits. You tend to leave back with Dean's hanging around near the entrance. You can't play for the conversation. Try assessing Overlord. Oh, this is this. Thinking the most better off with less demons. All gold was creatures that should be destroyed. Is she going to kill her as Richardson? He continues to cry and make excuse, but the Overlord does nothing. To your surprise, she lets it go. Are demons capable of mercy? I guess it doesn't matter now. You'll all burn together. No matter the perspective, the true ending remains the same. That's what makes it true. You couldn't resist seeing it for yourself, though, could you? I wonder what will happen when you collect them all. Will you give this fair, or... And then you ask me what's going on. The Overlord rejects us. The maid tries to tell her that she'll come back, but the Overlord refuses to hear it. The maid seems nervous. As a hero, it's your job that means situations like this. And if she doesn't let the two of you go, you have to assume she's evil. You'll be forced to vanquish her. You leave me no choice. So you are helpless as this follows you with the claws. Oh, you came all this way, only to be with this cruel fate. You showed these evil creatures while you had the chance. It was just for the maiden to stop making it out of this alive. Play like a coward. Ask them to let you in. It's alone. You asked about the maiden, but the woman doesn't seem to know what you're talking about. Was she really never here? What could have happened to her? She wishes she could help you, but you're the future that's come here forever, at least that she knows of. You think you probably shouldn't trust her, seeing as she's a demon and all, but you can't really prove she's lying either. Return to your village. The maiden was never found. We also got this. We already had the spectator. There's two more we can get. Oh, we know we have the bystander. There's another one called spectator. We gotta use obedient and antisocial. Play like a coward. You're strange, Elizabeth Maiden. You've been taught your whole life that demons are evil. As you're sure about this, but you can say that you would think she would lie to you. She'll make you believe before you can say anything else. You decided to try to certain that she must have been kidnapped. You're sent to the rescue. Go ahead. You noticed the wolf was crying about. Is that the maiden you saw earlier? It was like the crowd is in frenzy. Reason you assume I consumed the maiden. She must have done something horrible to deserve that. She ain't nice, so you think. It comes in all forms, you reassure yourself. You still call a damage to your house, but you can't escape the sinking feeling. Maybe you aren't cut out for this role. Now time for the final one. Obedient. This little captor. I mean, it's like she's spoken. He hasn't even seen the maiden. They have. They're finishing being held in the dungeon at the moment. You should trust them and they lock her up. Seems they're truly beings after all. They take you, sure, but they do not let you pass. You should fit it much for these unreasonable creatures. You know what you must do. You're just waiting to do the DM before you can rush the castle alone. You're the one who can save the maiden now. What the fuck are you doing killing all my soldiers? There, you found Exterminator and all of humankind. You clash again and again, but the overlord is going down easily. But usually will win. Where's the fact? Your quest has come to a abrupt end. A letter flows down from beyond the curtain. You found the lost Slayer 1. My love, isn't it just fair for... It just isn't fair at all, is it? For to force a heart like this, it's unreasonable, cruel. I found out for this grief song. So I said right, and I'll keep writing, and until they find me once more. Then, maybe we can write a story together. I'll wait for you guys. Forever your tragedy. But this is where we'll probably end things off. Next time on Bad End Theater, we'll do... What'll be the next one? Best thing to do. I guess the easiest thing will probably do more of the underling endings. We'll go for more endings. So, see you guys then.